So why do we pick up the bird? For those of you who have been following me, you may recall I recently did a video called Broken Bird Syndrome where I talked about what it is. But for those who are new to my channel, welcome. I will post a link down below where you can check that video out. But for the sake of what we will be talking about today, I will touch on it briefly. Let's start by defining what it is. Broken bird syndrome is the unhealthy attraction to individuals who are toxic in nature. They either have an addiction, severe emotional issues, or come from an abusive family or are very abusive themselves. And those that have engaged in this syndrome pick these people because they think they can fix them or change them. They have an unhealthy need to want to, again, fix or change them. And typically they're, again, people who are toxic in nature, and they keep attracting these types of people. So that's what broken bird syndrome is. But let's talk about 3 reasons. There are several. I talk about them in my book, Broken Bird Syndrome. I'll put the link to that down below if you're struggling with toxic relationships, and that's all you seem to be attracting, and you're wondering why. I really delve into the reasons why and how to get to a place of healing. But again, you can check that out down below. I'll put the link. But let's start with number 1. Number 1 is your identity, who you are. Who do you believe yourself to be? What kind of we talk about or you hear a lot about self-talk and negative self-talk. What is the self-talk going on in here? What do you believe about yourself? What do you think about? Now, you may not think there's a connection, but many times you're going to choose out of what you think you deserve. What you think you deserve. Excuse me. So if you think you're not worthy, you're going to choose someone who's going to treat you, who's not going to treat you very well. If you're looking for someone to complete you, because again, you think, hey, I need that person, then you're going to choose, again, things that are just not good for you because you don't feel you're worthy. You're looking for someone to complete you. That negative self-talk is driving you to choose these types of people. And again, the unhealthy need we talked about in broken bird syndrome due to what you saw growing up, the beliefs, the things that were told to you. Well, we're going to get into beliefs, in the second. That'll be the second one. It segues into that. So let's just touch on that now. The first one is identity linked to what is it that you're telling yourself. The negative self-talk can lead you to pick up the bird. Number 2 is the beliefs, the things that you internalize that were said to you as a child, and you internalize them. And you may say, no, I didn't. Yeah, well, then why are you with jacked up John? Yeah, there's a reason. I know. So you may want to look at that, those beliefs that you internalize, what they said to you, what you believed, well, that'll be number 3. Number 3 is what you saw growing up. What were the relationships modeled to you? What patterns in relationships did you see? Patterns is the third one. This can lead you to pick up the broken bird, because if you saw mom and dad fighting all the time, or mom had many relationships and they were all toxic, or dad was very toxic in nature, whatever you saw can lead you to pick that up, can lead you to engage in this type of behavior. So we really need to look at, again, I'm all about looking at why we choose these things. We could talk about the other person all day long, and there are many people out there in YouTube land that talk about the other person and what they did, and they focus so much on it. Yeah, they could be dead wrong, but again, we need to look at our part. And you may say, well, I didn't have a part, he did that to me and he was wrong. Okay, but I'm sure that if you look back at that, you will see that there were some signs. Again, that's another video, I touched on that the other day, the red flags that we saw. And there's always a lesson. Even if you say, oh, well, I did, there's always a lesson, something that we need to glean from it. Sometimes I'll look back and I'll be like, yeah, well, they were wrong. But then when I look back, I'm like, there was something that was off. there was something that, I felt uncomfortable with, that he said. For the guys, you may say, yeah, she did, act kind of strange. There was something in my gut, my intuition, especially for us as believers, discernment. I know there were many times I had discernment and revelation and I just ignored it. But again, that's another video, the red flags we choose to ignore. That's another video. Check it out if you're struggling with seeing what those red flags are. But yeah, so those are the three that come to mind. Again, there are several. I talk about them. I'll say it again, in the book. You can check them out there. I'm also going to be starting a new coaching program for those who struggle with this, because I recently posted something on Facebook, and a friend of mine, well, the quote was, the God can't take it away if you don't let it go. If you're holding on to it and you don't let it go. So he said, well, sometimes, and it was very good, sometimes people don't know how to let it go. So if that's you today and you're struggling with how to break free from this cycle, because that's what it is, this cycle of choosing the same type of person, different face, same kind of personality, toxic personality type, then please reach out to me. I'm going to put my website down below. You can schedule an appointment and register. I'm going to be doing some coaching soon, brand new coaching program on how to break this cycle, because again, there's so much information out there on how to, I talked about it yesterday. Oh, how to get him back, but there's not too much on looking at yourself, not in condemnation, because if we want to take it to the word, this is a Christian-based channel. The word says there is now no condemnation to those who are in Christ. If you don't know the Lord, well, seek him today. Seek him today, because that's the best relationship you'll ever have, and he will definitely give you clarity. But let's get back to the process. If you're having trouble and you're like, man, I've listened to all this self-help advice, excuse me, I have all these books, and I still can't get it together. Doesn't matter where you're at, but you just can't seem to find your way out. Again, schedule a time with me. We can talk about it. It's going to be a new coaching program. I'm excited about it. I'll put the link down to my website. It's realtalkwithmadi.com, but I'll put the link down below, and reach out to me. Let's talk about it. Let's break those cycles. Let's break the cycle. So you don't have to keep repeating that same cycle again. But again, that's what I have today. If you have any more that you can think of, what are some of the things you've seen, as to why you pick up the broken bird, which again, the broken bird is that toxic individual, that person we keep picking up, but again, you open the window, excuse me, you open the window or the door. That's how the little bird got in. Or you saw him. I talk about this in my book. You saw him on the street with a broken wing. Oh, you poor little bird. And you wanted to help him. And it's okay to help, but we're talking about a codependent, needy, unhealthy attraction, or quote unquote help, which again, it's not help. It's an unhealthy attraction and need to want to fix or change that person, because we shouldn't be trying to control, fix, or change anybody, right? Again, that's a whole nother video. But I hope you got something out of what I shared today. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you know anybody who's dealing with toxic relationships, please comment. This is Madi. God bless, and I'll see you on tomorrow.